Okay, today we're going to learn the halacha if you're allowed to sleep during the day. So here is the Gemara in Masechah Sukkah Daf Chavov Amud Beis. Amar Rav. Rav saying, Osur le'odom lishan bayoim. You're not allowed to sleep during the day. Yoiser mishenas hasus, more than the sleep of a horse. V'kama shenas hasus. And how much is the sleep? What's called the sleep of the horse? Shitin nishmei, 60 breads. We're gonna soon see what is that in time, the 16 breaths of the horse. You know what? I'll tell it to you right now. The Mishnah, the Mishnah Berurah, and other poskim bring that there's three shittas, what's called shenas asus, the sleep of the horse, that's what's also the sleep of David HaMelech. We're gonna soon see it over here. So there's one opinion that's 3 minutes plus. That's one opinion. The second opinion, which is the main opinion, it's 30 minutes. And the third opinion, it's 3 hours. So that's the three. They're very far away from each other. We take the main opinion that's 30 minutes. Again, there's one opinion. 3 minutes, one opinion. 30 minutes, that's the main opinion. And then there's opinion 3 hours. Okay. Now look at this. The Gemara says, Omar Rabbi, after one that you're not allowed to sleep. The Shenas Asus, Omar Rabbi, Shenose Demar. He says, the sleep of my Rebbe, which is Rabbe, Bar Nachmani, Kederav. He sleeps, he learned from Rav. Don't sleep more than that. Sleep like Rav. With the Rav, and the Rav sleeps Kederebi. Rashi brings Rav grew by Rabbi Yehuda Anos, Rabbeinu HaKodesh, and he learned from him that sleep. With the Rebbe, and how much was Rebbe sleeping Ked David, because he was from base David, and he learned from, they gathered from generation to generation, the Masoira, how much David was sleeping. The Gemara talks about Maseches Brochos also. The Shenose, with the David, how much David was sleeping, Kede Susayo, like horses. With the Susayo, Shitin Nishmei. Sit again, like I said, those three opinions. According to the first opinion, then David HaMelech would interrupt every 3+ minutes and get up, which is not likely. It's very not likely. But that's one opinion. According to the second opinion, every 30 minutes he would like get up and re-sleep again if he needed to. And according to the third opinion, every 3 hours. That's more, on a practical level, that sounds more reasonable. Every 3 hours, yeah, he could have get up and sleep again if he needed to. Okay. Now the Gemara says, Abaye, the Gemara after that, the Gemara brings a story, Abaye v'nayim, he would sleep every day, during the day, kedema'ayel mepumbedisa lebei kuve. The distance going from walking from Pumbedisa, that's both places in Bovel, like Bay Kuve, and Rashi says that was like 6 parsoes, which is according to this, it's a lot of sleep, because the Gemara says a person could walk during the day 10 parsoes, during the day, in 12 hours. So meaning, according to this, he would sleep half a day. 6 hours he would sleep, according to this opinion. But there's some saying it's less than that. Either way, it looks like he slept more than half hour. The Gemara says, Korel Rav Yosef is Rebbe. Abai v'Rov had 3 Rebbes. They had one Rebbe of Abai v'Rov was Rabbe Bar Nachmani. The second Rebbe was Rav Yosef, and the third Rebbe was Rav Nachman. So Rav Yosef, one of the Rebbes of Abai, he told them, I'm saying this because you understand the way Rav Yosef spoke to him, you understand, if he says Rebbe, he could allow himself to speak like this. Korel Rav Yosef, Ad Mosai, there's a pasuk in Mishle, Ad Mosai Otzel Tishkav Mosai Tokem Mishanoscha. Shlomo HaMelech says, how much you're lazy, gonna sleep, when you're gonna get up from your bed. So meaning Rav Yosef didn't like this idea that Abai is sleeping so many hours, and that's what he called this pasuk on him. However, we're gonna see it's not so pashut. Again, as a Rebbe, maybe he rebuked him, but we'll see Abai was not a small man, he was a very big man, and we're gonna see when it was Taki according to Abaye, it was appropriate. Now the shaila is like this: Lamaisa, according to this, comes out. If we take the main opinion, which is Shenas Asus, at 30 minutes, people go to sleep, especially on Shabbos. And what's wrong with that? Also, what's wrong with sleeping during the day? But in Lamaisa, people do it. So how are we going to handle this? So I'm going to tell you what the Shulchan Aruch says. In Siman Reish Lamed Aleph, the two of the Shulchan Aruch, they say like this: Im efshar lo lilmod below shenas hatzorayim yishan. Shulchan Aruch starts with the positive. If you cannot continue to learn during the day without going to sleep during the day, you need to take a nap. So he says then you could sleep. However, he says don't sleep too much. Also, lishan bayom yoiser mishena sasus. You cannot sleep during the day more than shena sasus. We're going to see soon where it's coming from. The Gemara does not say a reason for it. We're going to see soon where it's coming from. Shu shitin nishme. Then he goes to the ideas. We're going to learn about this maybe tomorrow. That's the whole parak. Talks about how everything you have to do l'shem shamayim. Okay, now like this again. We're going back to it. How come people sleep today during the day, and especially on Shabbat they sleep more than half hour? So according to the one opinion, 3 hours. Okay, everything is cool. Eating during the day. Shabbos, nobody usually sleeps during the day, normally 3 hours. So according to this, okay, I'm doing okay. Shana Sasus, according to the opinion, 3 hours, I'm sleeping then in 3 hours. It's good, but according to the main opinion, it's half hour. How come people sometimes take a nap during the day? Or Shabbos, it's also, and what the Isur? Okay, so I'm going to start with the Heterim now. So and this halacha and the Heterim, the Mishnah Berurah and Siman Dalet, he brings in Siman Dalet in Shulchan Aruch says like this: David hoyonizor shalolishan shiten nishmin. David HaMelech was careful not to sleep more than 60 breads. Oh, now we're saying the first time why David HaMelech didn't do it. What's wrong with sleeping? You need it. It's part of our health. A good sleep, it's good health. If you don't sleep good, you sleep deprived, it could hurt a lot your health. We have to be healthy. Neshama bria beguf bari. The neshama have to be healthy neshama in a healthy goof. So, David HaMelech, he didn't want to have Tam Misa, because the Gemara says in the Brachas, the end of Brachas, the sleeping at 1/60th of the experience of death. David HaMelech didn't want to experience. We're going to talk about another time why Dafka David HaMelech was more careful with this. He had to be. That's why he slept less than Tam Mitzvah, which is again, there's 3 opinions we said already. Okay, then the Ramo adds on it the Gemara Perek HaYoshen, which is the Gemara I just read to you. Mashma the Dafka Bayoim Oyon Nizar. According to the Ramo, David was only careful at night. Many questioned this. The Gemara Brachas Mashma. Dafka at night he was careful. Huh? No, even at night. Even at night he was careful. Many questioned the Ramah. How do you know that the David HaMelech? Yeah, the Amoraim talk about the day over there, but David HaMelech l'choira was careful even at night. Even at night. How much more the day? Anyway, so again, I will leave this not for now. L'choira, there is a good raya to the Ramah. The Gemara I just read that Rabba did like Rav. He learned from Rav how not to sleep too much. Rav learned from the Rabbi Yehuda Anossi. Rabbi Yehuda Anossi learned from his home from David HaMelech. So Mashma, and they talk about daytime. Even so Mashma, this whole thing was during the daytime. Anyway, I'll leave this argument alone. So Lamaisa, there's one indication why during the day we don't have Tam Misa during the day, because that we learn from David HaMelech. Now. The Ramo, the Mishnah Berurah brings on this one. It says like this: "Va'ayenu machtis hashekel shekosav d'inyan hashena bayoim tolu lefi mashu odom ukfi hatzorech la'avodoso yisborach." You're right. It's not recommended to sleep during the day too much, but if somebody needs it, then everything according to your needs. If there is a shanitza, a person cannot function unless he's going to have a sleep. Then he says the machtis hashekel. So that's one already. A little bit leniency or softening this osur, the machzah shekel. That's one. Then we have also the Aruch HaShulchan. The Aruch HaShulchan, the Aruch HaShulchan says like this: Vina Rambam in Reish Lamed Aleph. Vina Rambam lo hevi klal ze klal. The Rambam doesn't say the two. The Shulchan Aruch say this in, you're not allowed to sleep during the day more than. Shena Sasus, more than half hour, that's the main opinion. But the Rambam doesn't mention this at all, this halacha. V'tamoi, what's the reason? Poshut, that's not la halacha, this whole thing. Why shara Abaya naim, harbe. Abaya slept a lot. Yeah, At Kedekach, the Rabbi Yosef told him, Otzelato. Maybe he didn't know his schedule at night, that he didn't sleep at night. Maybe as I'm gonna bring this also in a minute. Yeah, by the way, there is a Maisa with the Chidush Harim. His Einikel, Sfas Emes, the father of the Sfas Emes passed away, so there was a gap of a generation, and the Sfas Emes grew as a Yosem by his grandfather, Chidush Harim. One time, the Chidush Harim, the Sfas Emes one time came late to Bes Medrash in the morning, and the Chidush Harim gave him a whole musar why you didn't come on time. He was like, he prepared him to be the next Rebbe. He was very makbid with him, do things the ideal way, not don't look for discounts. And the Sfas Emes listened to the whole shmooze, the whole musar. He gave it to him. You know, like you shouldn't be lazy, get up on time, come on time, keep Sidorim right. Okay. Then the Chavrus of the Sfas Emes that learned with him the whole night told him, why didn't you tell your grandfather that you learned with me the whole night? He didn't say one. He said, are you kidding? He says, my grandfather giving me musar, I'm going to interrupt him? His brother Raya from Moshe Rabbeinu, when he gave a musar to Bnei Gad of Bnei Reuven, when the one didn't want to go to Eretz Yisrael, they didn't interrupt him. They listened to the whole thing. They could say in the middle, Moshe Rabbeinu, stop. We're going to go fight with the Jewish nation. We're going to help them to conquer the land. We're going to come back. They didn't. So they listened to the whole shmuz of Moshe Rabbeinu, the whole musar. So he says, if my grand give me a musar, I'm going to interrupt him, he says. So same thing over here, you could say this story, Abaye didn't answer anything to Rav Yosef, even though maybe you could say, Abaye could say, I learned the whole night. I need to catch up with the sleep. He didn't say that. So from that, the Rambam learned that if Abaye slept a lot, that's no isur for it. That's not recommended, but there's no isur. Then he says like this. He says, "V'shezeu tamo shel Ram sheishmit zeu b'vadai bein because akol v'mashu odom." He brings a strong raya, the Aruch HaShulchan, there's not such a isur. What is raya? Very strong raya. The Gav Maseches Ovos Perek Gimel is raya lezeh, that nan, hosam sheino shel shacharis, says in Pirkei Avos, if you sleep in the morning late, by the way, this is sleeping late, there's no heter. Sheino shel shacharis, v'yayin shel tzarayim, somebody will start drinking and then getting drunk during the day, or tipsy, mitzimas odom in olam. The b'shena shel shacharis over zman krishma, that's why the Pirkei Avos says, get used to get up early to do the mitzvahs, man Krishmas, man Tefillah. Aval shena shel tzarayim lotnan. Why the Pirkei Avos didn't say shena shel tzarayim if it's osur? Don't sleep. It's also mitzvah in the olam. Mashma says that there's no isur. V'chenrin legedoyle olam. Show you shenim bayom kashosh time. Dekach utzruchu lefi chalishusam ulefi anagosom. So there's another heter we see from the Aruch HaShulchan that if you need to sleep during the day, again, we're not talking about because you lazy or you overbottle because you don't sleep enough at night or you're learning at night, you need to sleep. You're allowed to do that. It's not osur. Again, it's osur when it's come mitzad the batola. You're just doing nothing. You're going to sleep. That's osur. Find occupation. Find what to do. Don't go to sleep. Now there's another heter, and that heter, which is I'm going to bring, and I'm going to explain what the Tama isur. And according to this, we're going to understand. Sometimes it's not only osur; it's a mitzvah even. I'm bringing from Kaf HaChaim. Kaf HaChaim in Resh Lamed Aleph. He says like this.
That's the shit I want to hear.
Yeah, so like this. The davka kshiyoshen balayla called sorkoi, aval aner balayla v'oisek batoira. Some people are the night people. They really utilizing it. They're not wasting the night on YouTube. On TV. They're sitting and learning. It says mutar lishon bayom ma'at v'akol v'fi mashu odom umedzek teva abrius. V'chen im roitz lias ner balayla v'oisek batoira v'lishon bayom shekoydom loy like shvuas. By Shavuos, many people go to sleep during the day to be able to learn Shavuos. Now, some people do that on more often than just Shavuos. He says, should be able to learn Torah, not fall asleep in the middle. He brings from Binyan Oilam, Sefer Binyan Oilam. You're allowed to do that. Then he says like this. Now he's the real reason I'll pick Kabbalah, why you should not sleep during the day. It's brought in Sifrei Kabbalah. The Alter Rebbe also brings this that we have our neshamas. The Gilgul called the steady neshama we came from. Wherever the different life where the neshama from somebody we have now. But then there is a Gilgul called B'chinas Ibur. Ibur like pregnancy. A woman, she is a person on her own. Then she has addition to herself when she has a baby. Same thing a person could have an neshama of a tzaddik misgalgal in him b'vchinas ibor. It's not a permanent. Once in a while, as I'm going to explain now how it's happening. I'm going to bring two stories for that. And he says, and that neshama of a tzaddik that comes to you, it could fly away if you go to sleep during the day. Because neshama of a tzaddik come to you when you're functioning, doing mitzvahs. If you sleep, he says, I'm not going to be misaber, accompany a person that is sleeping during the day, so you might lose this neshama. That's why, according to Kabbalah, again, not to sleep during the day. Night is normal.
Shabbos every day.
Dafka every day, not Shabbos. Not Shabbos. We're going to talk about it in a minute. So that's why during the day don't sleep, because you might lose. If some neshama of a tzaddik was misaber in you might. Oh, now how do I know I have a neshama of a tzaddik misaber? I'm going to tell you for that two inyanim. One story. They say one time Arizal gave a shiur and walked in one of his talmidim, which is there's a sefer. We have the sefer. It's called Medrash Shmuel on Pirkei Avos, the biggest encyclopedia on Pirkei Avos, Medrash Shmuel. He wrote the sefer, and he walked in to the shiur, middle of the shiur, and Arizal got up Maloi Kamotzei for his talmid, which is never did it. He never would get up for talmidim. It's talmidim. Everybody was surprised, wondering why Arizal would do that. Arizal saw the surprise. He told them, he says, I got up today, he says, for a Pinchas ben Yoyer, the Tana. Why? He says when the Medrash Shmuel walked in, the Pinchas ben Yoyer was misaber in him, and I got up for him. Why? Because it says the Pinchas ben Yoyer, his specialty was, he was the father-in-law of Rav Shimon Bar Yochai. His specialty was, he was doing pidyon shvuyim. That was his mitzvah, pidyon shvuyim. So, and the Medrash Shmuel that day was oisek in that mitzvah pidyon shvuyim. The mayor, the tzaddik, Rav Pinchas ben Yoyer was misgalgan and said, this is my guy, that's my mitzvah. He was misgal to Messiah, the idea of the Gilgul, b'chinas ibul, to Messiah Lodom b'avedas Hashem. Oh, he's trying to do my type of mitzvah, I'm going to help you out. So when he walked in, Arizal says, I got up not for the Medrash Shmuel, I got up for the Pinchas ben Yoyer. And also the Choyzer of Lublin is a very stark word. We could utilize this every day almost. I mean, very often now. But when the Malachim came to Avraham Avinu, when he asked him to stay, that the Dom can tasek asher dibarto, the Malachim told Avraham Avinu, do like you said, meaning we're going to be your guest, we're going to accept your invitation. Says the Choyzer of Lublin, he says, Ken Tasa, he refers to that story of the Medrash Shmuel. He says, Ken Tasa Kasher Dibarto, when a Yid does mitzvah Sachnas Sorchim, which is the special mitzvah of Avraham Avinu will be misaber in him when he does the mitzvah of Sachnas Sorchim, and that's what the Malachim told Avraham Avinu, Ken Tasa, you're going to be doing this over and over and over through your descendants, this mitzvah of Sachnas Sorchim, because you're going to be misaber in them to help them in the mitzvah. Ken Tasa, you're going to do the steady lo'ilam void. Every time one of your sons, great sons, going to do the Sachnas Sorchim, you will be in misaber, you'll be continue doing this mitzvah. So he says, so from here we see, when you specialize certain mitzvah, that a tzaddik, that was his mitzvah, and he's going to be misaber in you to help you in your avodas Hashem. Now I'll try to bring this idea without the stories. It says, sometimes a tzaddik will be misaber in you to help you in your avodas Hashem. When you go to sleep, you're going to lose this. And that's why, but that says the Kaf HaChaim, for Shabbos it's not Nageh Adarabah. Shabbos, and also if you learn the whole night and you're doing it to give koyach to continue to learn, he says, here's the next thing. וגם שכשלנו בו עיסה קודם, כי הדי אשר נבוא מסתלקת נשמע צדיק המעוברס בו, אפשר לא יאמר. כיוון שהוא יושן לכבוד עסק התורה, לא תסתלק. If you're learning for the sake of learning Torah, then the neshama of the tzaddik would not go away from you. ועוד אפשר לומר, כיוון שהוא יושן לכבוד עסק התורה, זכות התורה תוגן עולם, ואבל כמו היושן בשבוס. That's like Yoshin b'Shabbos, the Zchus of Shabbos, Zchus HaTorah would help protect it, they should not go away. V'adrabah, tis'arba b'nishna tekadeh l'sayba mitzvahs. Adrabah, it's like sleeping on Shabbos, a mitzvah. Adrabah, it's more encouraged to come to you, to help you in your mitzvah of learning Torah, the Mela. So we see from here, stam sleeping during the day, more than half hour, it's not recommended. But if you're doing it l'shem shamayim, mitake, preparing to learn tonight, or you learned more last night, you didn't sleep enough, Adarabah, it's not a problem, it's even sometimes could be a mitzvah.
Oh yeah, very interesting.